What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. Today, we re-tackling a topic that might be the single biggest reason you not seeing the muscle gains you working so hard for. It's called anabolic resistance. Now, that sounds like some complicated science term, but stick with me, because understanding this could completely change your fitness game. So, what is it? Put simply, anabolic resistance is when your body, specifically your muscles, becomes less responsive to the signals that tell it to grow. Think of it like this. You hit the gym, you lift heavy, you're breaking down muscle fibers. Then you drink your protein shake. Normally, that protein sends a signal, like a foreman yelling time to rebuild and build bigger. But with anabolic resistance, it's like your muscle cells have noise-canceling headphones on. They just don't hear the signal as clearly. The foreman is yelling, but the construction crew is just chilling, not getting the message to build. This means that even if you're doing everything right, training hard, eating enough protein, your body just isn't using that protein as efficiently to build new muscle. You're putting in the work, but you're getting a fraction of the results. It's frustrating, right? You feel like you've hit a plateau, you just can't break through. You might even be gaining more fat than muscle, even with a solid diet. That's anabolic resistance at play. Now, you might be thinking, isn't this just an old guy problem? And that's a huge misconception. While it's true that anabolic resistance naturally increases as we age, it's hitting guys in their 30s, even their late 20s, harder than ever before. Why? Our modern lifestyle, being sedentary, chronic stress from work and life, poor sleep, and a diet high in processed foods all contribute. It's a perfect storm that makes our bodies less efficient at building muscle, way before we should be worried about it. Let's break down the main culprits. First, inflammation. A lifestyle full of stress, not enough sleep, and junk food creates chronic, low-grade inflammation throughout your body. This inflammation directly interferes with the signaling pathways that trigger muscle protein synthesis. It's like having constant static on the radio line between your nutrition and your muscles. Second is inactivity. If you have a desk job where you sit for 8 hours, then hit the gym for 1 hour, your body spends most of its time in a dormant state. This prolonged inactivity makes your muscles less sensitive to anabolic signals. The classic use it or lose it principle applies here, but it's more like use it consistently, or it gets lazy. And of course, age is a factor. After about age 30, our bodies naturally start to become a bit more resistant. It's a slow, gradual process, but combined with lifestyle factors, it can really accelerate. This is why you might notice that the same workout and diet that got you great results at 22 just doesn't seem to work as well at 32. It's not your imagination. Your body's internal chemistry is changing. So, the big question is, can we fight it? The answer is a resounding yes. You are not doomed to a life of diminishing returns. We can actively combat anabolic resistance and make our bodies highly responsive to growth again. It's all about being smarter with our training and lifestyle. Let's start with your protein intake. The standard advice of eat more protein isn't quite enough. We need to be strategic. The key is something called the leucine threshold. Leucine is an amino acid, one of the building blocks of protein, and it's the primary trigger for muscle protein synthesis. Think of it as the key that starts the engine for muscle growth. To overcome anabolic resistance, you need to make sure you're hitting this leucine threshold with each main meal. For most guys, this means aiming for about 30 to 40 grams of high-quality protein per meal. Not 20 grams here, 15 grams there. You need a significant dose to really kickstart that muscle-building process. Where do you get it? Whey protein is fantastic because it's rich in leucine and absorbs quickly, but you can absolutely get it from whole foods. Chicken breasts, lean beef, fish, eggs, and Greek yogurt are all excellent sources. So, instead of grazing on protein throughout the day, focus on having 3 or 4 solid, high-protein meals. This pulsing strategy is far more effective at stimulating growth than just sipping on a protein shake all day. Next up, let's talk about training. To wake up those stubborn muscle cells, we need to send a powerful signal. This means focusing on progressive overload. You have to consistently challenge your muscles to do more than they're used to. That could mean lifting heavier weights, doing more reps or sets, or reducing your rest time. The point is, your workouts need to have intensity. If you're just going through the motions, your body has no reason to adapt and grow. Incorporate big, compound movements, squats, deadlifts, bench presses, overhead presses, and rows. These exercises recruit a ton of muscle fibers and create a huge systemic anabolic response. They tell your entire body it's time to get stronger. Also, don't be afraid of training too, or close to, muscular failure on some of your sets. That's the point where you're sending the loudest possible signal for adaptation. Now for a secret weapon many people overlook: blood flow restriction training, or BFR. This involves using special cuffs or wraps to restrict blood flow out of a limb while you lift very light weights. It sounds crazy, but it works. BFR tricks your body into thinking it's lifting incredibly heavy, creating a massive anabolic response without the stress of heavy loads on your joints. It's a fantastic way to add extra growth stimulus, especially on days you're feeling beat up or want to give your joints a break. You can add it as a finisher for your arms or legs, and the pump is unreal. Let's move outside the gym, because this is where the real battle is won. You need to crush inflammation. First, sleep. This is non-negotiable. When you sleep, your body repairs itself, regulates hormones like testosterone and cortisol, and reduces inflammation. Aim for 7 to 9 hours of quality sleep per night. If you're only getting 5 or 6, you are sabotaging your gains. Period. Turn off your screens an hour before bed. Make your room dark and cool, and create a relaxing bedtime routine. Next, manage your stress. Chronic stress jacks up your cortisol levels. Cortisol is a catabolic hormone, meaning it breaks down muscle tissue. It's the direct enemy of anabolism. So, find healthy ways to de-stress. Whether it's meditation, going for a walk in nature, listening to music, or just spending time on a hobby you love, you have to actively manage your stress. 5 to 10 minutes of mindfulness or deep breathing a day can make a huge difference. And finally, your overall diet. Beyond just protein, you need to eat an anti-inflammatory diet. This means loading up on fruits, vegetables, healthy fats, and whole grains. Think omega-3 fatty acids from fish like salmon, antioxidants from berries and leafy greens, and healthy fats from avocados and olive oil. These foods actively fight inflammation in your body. At the same time, you need to minimize pro-inflammatory foods like sugar, refined carbs, and processed junk food. You can't outtrain a bad diet, and you certainly can't overcome anabolic resistance if your body is constantly in an inflamed state. Let's put it all together into a practical plan. Step 1. Structure your meals. Aim for 3 to 4 meals a day, each containing 30 to 40 grams of high-quality protein. A chicken breast, a scoop of whey, or a can of tuna are easy ways to hit that number. Step 2. Train with intensity. Focus on progressive overload with big compound lifts. Push yourself. Don't just show up, dominate your workout. Step 3. Prioritize sleep. Make 7 to 9 hours of quality sleep your #1 recovery tool. Step 4. Distress. Find what works for you and do it daily. Protect your body from the muscle-destroying effects of cortisol. Step 5. Eat clean. Fill your plate with anti-inflammatory foods. Your muscles will thank you. Anabolic resistance might sound intimidating, but it's something you have complete control over. It's not about some magic pill or secret workout. It's about being intelligent and consistent with your training, nutrition, and lifestyle. By implementing these strategies, you can turn your body back into a muscle-building machine and finally start seeing the results you deserve for all your hard work in the gym. Stop letting your efforts go to waste. Start fighting back against anabolic resistance today. Thanks for watching, guys. If you found this helpful, hit that like button and make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss our next video. Drop a comment below if you have any questions or your own tips for beating a plateau. We'll see you in the next one.